I've been on the missionary wave recently.
Not the safest thing to put in your mouth.
Kangaroo would fuck you up. I have to look at said guy while he's doing me.
I mean, there's positives and negatives to everything.
Let's party. There's always a party. Let's go party.
Hey, what's up, baby? How we doing? Partiers out there.
You weren't.
Were you checking your teeth?
What's that Philly thing? Club Onyx or whatever? 21 to get it, 21 to drink, 18 to get in.
18 to party, 21 to drink.
The boys are back at it again with another fun episode of Life's a Party. I love coming here, Paul. It's good, positive vibes. Because it's, if you think about it, a podcast, people want to start, like always, it's always that running joke. It's like, hey, I should do a podcast. I should start a podcast. But it isn't, it's an honor to be in front of these, and we have an audience, and we appreciate and love you guys so much. But we get an opportunity to talk about our lives and have an open platform to just talk to people.
It's pretty dope.
It's a blessing.
Love doing this every week. Love seeing the people's response to us. You guys always communicate with us, whether that's on Instagram, TikTok. Love comment sections. They're phenomenal.
Well, before this show, we were going through like TikTok comments or Instagram comments, and some guy said you look like some other guy, and then some guy said that I look like a guy in Jake Paul's posse, which I'm not happy about. But
Very
you get
handsome
that
man.
when you get some viral videos. You get people, you get those lookalikes that you would never think of.
It's pretty dope. So if you don't already follow us on Instagram, TikTok, at Life's a Party Pod. Also, we love the support. But if you want to do a little more support, we have a Patreon channel. It's a couple bucks a month. We get some behind the scenes content that we've posted on over there. We did a video of like how to start your own podcast. We're talking about this. If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we did about a 15-minute segment of like what we did, some tips and tricks, how to start, that kind of thing. So definitely check it out on our Patreon account. The link is in our bio on our social media.
So before we get going, I would like to say that we have a lot of fun, exciting stuff coming for Life's a Party.
Summer's about to hit, baby.
We're not even just like yo squeaks over there. Take it easy there.
I'm ready for the summer.
Yeah, I am ready for the summer. We're gonna be up in our testing lab, so stay tuned on that. Podcast weekly. If there's like a guest that you guys would like to have on the show, hit us our DMs or DM us, and we'll reach out to that guest, try to get them on.
We're trying to look at some people who are local.
Yeah,
and I think that's the biggest problem when we're trying to get guests. We have someone lined up, trying to get him in soon, which is pretty dope.
Because you don't get the same experience when you do a Zoom interview.
Yeah.
Like to have that person in the room and to see his emotions, you get something different out of them than you would through a video screen,
Yeah, so if you know of anyone in the local area, maybe has a following or something interesting to say, let us know. Be pretty dope.
Yeah, so we just want to thank you for trusting the process.
Partiers, baby.
Don't worry, Let's Party still going to the moon. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of fun collaborations. So just thank you. Life's
a party to the moon.
Well, you scared me because you're ready to shoot the gun, and I was like, I saw you going to go. So here we go. First thing we're starting the show with is valid, or do they get a bad rap?
Yeah.
What happened? Your energy level went from 100 to 0.
That's just my name. I'm starting the show.
I usually start the show.
So get the frick out of here.
All right, well, tell them what we're doing.
Block one.
Block one.
Valid? Or do they get a bad rap? Today, we are going down a list of some controversial things and see if they deserve the bad rap that we give them.
So, all right, let's do it.
First one of my favorites. Energy drinks.
What? How many energy drinks did you have before the show?
I got 3 in the fridge, taking one home.
Oh, 3 in the fridge?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. This is what they get you. I love Wawa. I love Red Bull. So you might see my opinion on this.
Okay, yes.
But energy drinks, Wawa, they always sell them in deals. It's like,
oh, it's like 2
for $4, 3 for $5. I'm like, can't miss out on a deal.
That's what happens with me, because well, first of all,
ice cream, they're like 1 for $2. He's like,
so I'm a comedian, as you know. You're an author.
I'm an author.
I'm the Disney guy, Marvel guy. You're the author, and nothing else. I guess you're just the one-stop shop.
One-trick pony.
One-trick pony.
I'm going to be looking into more titles. Don't
so
worry.
I wrote a comedy bit that I haven't come out with yet or haven't performed on stage, is that I get really flustered going to Annie Ann's Pretzels because when you go to Annie,
Why?
because when you go to Annie Ann's, they got deals out the yin yang. And when I get into an Annie Ann's store, I get very flustered. I get very overwhelmed. And I always go into Annie Ann's, like maybe looking to get 3 pretzels. I always end up walking out with 12 because there's always like buy 2, get 4 free. If you buy cinnamon sticks, you get the extra pretzel. It's a lot going on. I always leave with way more than I should have gotten. And the bill runs up. So like you said, the Wawa energy drink bill goes
It's just
up.
the deals. I mean, everyone. What's so funny is my mom was like a huge coupon person.
Extreme couponing.
Extreme
was Debbie.
couponer right there, and it's just always so funny because it's like, I saved $50. Like, how much you spend? She's like, oh, like I spent $150. I saved $50. Yeah, but if you never saw that coupon, or
Right?
she never got that coupon in the mail, you would have never spent $150. So you just, like, the whole point of a coupon is to get you in the door. And
It's a psychological trick.
It's a psychological trick. They're trying to get rid of product most of the time. They're like ready for the new cycle of summer merchandise or whatever it is. And they're like, oh, we got to get rid of the spring and winter stuff. So we'll put it like 20% off. They still make money from it and they'll just pull you in the door. So don't fall for the coupons or the prices or the deals, even though I do all the time.
Our moms do the same thing where it's like we'll go to like Dick's and we'll be in the checkout line and then she'll be like, oh my God, Ryan, I need $25 more to get 100.
Oh,
go run, find me something $25. Little Rye guy has to go bust it. I get like a free Nike hat. No, Mom, let's just buy the $80, the $85 worth we have, $75 worth we have now. We don't
But you
need
got
the
a
extra
Nike
25.
hat out of it, though.
yeah, but you get a night. Yeah, if it's like, hey, spend $25 more and you get $50 off, it's like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. But
All right, energy drinks. Do they get a bad rap by the public, Paul, or do they get a valid rap?
it depends on what you're drinking. I think what they're technically made out of, not the safest thing to put in your mouth.
I heard that they have evolved in a healthier way since they started. I don't drink energy drinks just because
Healthier way.
Everything's got to be
you
healthy.
can't throw air quotes on a podcast. I don't know.
Healthy.
That doesn't work like that.
Well, then check us out on YouTube. Come on,
Just to see air quotes
just to see air quotes
and
see
my beautiful face.
my beautiful face.
But I do think energy drinks get a valid rap. They're not good for you. My buddy, he bartended the other weekend. I think, bartended Cinco de Mayo. He said he had 5 monsters to get him through the night.
It's amazing. That sounds great.
So I don't even know if he's alive right now.
So
I don't know how the hell he managed that. 'Cause I had one monster one time. I was just fucking gone. I couldn't even.
Dude, my
work.
heart starts going like through my chest.
Right, I
So-
couldn't even work. It was like
Yeah.
it was the exact opposite what I needed.
I'm a big fan of the Red Bull. I like Red Bull over any other energy drink. Monster, whatever. Love me some Red Bull. I was talking to somebody today about finals right now. College, there's a lot of finals going on. I was like, like what were some of my worst college nights? Like what were my studying finals nights? And the best story I've ever had is I remember I was studying from 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning. I was in one of the study halls. I remember sitting there. I went during that time. So 7 to 4. What is that? 9 hours. 9 hours. I had 5 Red Bulls. And I remember it was at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to go to bed, literally in my bed, eyes wide open. I was shaking. I just remember shaking, and I've never felt that way before in my life.
You probably had to go to the hospital.
And just, finally got to sleep and then did the next day. Because honestly, Red Bull keeps you alive. I love it. Love the taste of it. That's another thing my mom's like, oh, they're so bad for you. I personally love the taste of Red Bull.
Some
You
people
sound
don't
like
like
a
the taste
psychopath.
either.
It's so good.
It's not. That's a psychopath. They're not good for you. It's almost like vaping.
Well, some people like the taste and some people don't. I actually saw that some guy wanted to get like a caffeine-free version of it, but apparently if you get rid of the caffeine, it just has a completely
Yeah,
different
the-
taste.
Well, they have like sugar-free energy
awful.
drinks.
Fuck that shit.
Awful. The blue, it's like the dark blue one, the Red Bull. It's the normal, the light
If
blue
you're drinking,
red one.
if you're drinking Red Bull, I don't think you're health conscious in any way, shape, or form at
and
that point.
You know what's even better?
What?
Vodka Red Bulls.
Yeah, they're good.
Had
but
them at
then
the bar the other week.
once again, Paul doing hand movements on the podcast.
That's what so honestly,
Squeaking his chair.
why you have to come to YouTube is because I throw some sick dance moves during the show.
No, you don't. I don't know why
All
you're
the time,
lying to
always-
the people.
He is the dancing guy.
People at home.
I'm the dancing guy. Just throwing the dance moves.
All right, can I ask you a question? I don't even know if I want to ask you a question.
I asked you a question.
Have you ever had Adderall? Is that a bad question to ask you? Like, do you not want to answer that?
I mean, I can answer it because
Is that an illegal drug?
yeah, I believe it's illegal. I've never had Adderall actually, but that's always something that people talk about with finals. Like, do you, because the whole idea is that specifically Where like energy, like I was thinking I needed energy to study, so that's why I like energy drinks. But
Adderall focuses
it's a
you?
more like a focus drug. It's like, all right, like you're gonna get shit done.
So they're not really the same, you wouldn't
No.
say. Like, you don't get the same feeling of Adderall than you do with an energy drink.
No.
What's the difference between an energy drink and coffee? You don't have to shit?
It's more of no, because I've definitely had some monsters and went.
Well, that's my
somewhere.
problem with coffee is that I can't have it in public. Because if I have it in public, I feel like I say this every episode. I
'cause
have
you-
to find the bathroom.
You love your Dunkin'. I mean, you got
I
your
do.
Dunkin' on the set here.
I know. This is Red Bull.
Is it?
All right. Well, energy drinks, you think they get a bad rap.
I think they do. I think they're delicious. They're great.
I think they get a valid rap. So here we go. Next one is actors who play characters people don't like. This I get, and this is why I always think that if I ever were to act or be in a movie, I would want to be in a role that people or the public would enjoy.
You want to be the hero, is what you're saying.
Because like if I see Jason Statham out and he's like a killer or some sort of that, like the bad guy, I don't want to picture with him. He's the bad guy. He killed my favorite guy in the movie.
Yeah, but he's still good at what he does.
Well, yeah, but not a lot of people
if he
think that way.
performs well. I mean, what you.
It's either you look like a good guy or you look like a badass. It's one or the other.
But you also go here, most iconic villain of all time.
Most iconic, the Joker.
Boom. How good is he as Heath Ledger's performance of the Joker? Amazing, right?
Yeah, but I think there's levels to it. Like when you're as good as what Heath Ledger was as the Joker, people respect that. But if you're this annoying like bitch in this, you have this
All right,
sub role in this TV series. No one really respects your acting. They just don't like
just
you.
hate
And
you.
then when they see you in public, their like perception of you is the same as what you are on the show.
So this was a good example around this time last year. Marvel TV show came out on Disney Plus, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And they had a new Captain America, and he was like the villain of the series. His name was what was his first name? His last name was Walker, and John Walker. His name was John Walker, and he was like the new Captain America for the United States or whatever. And like people hated him, and he was Kurt Russell, right? Kurt Russell. He was Kurt Russell's son.
Russell, yeah.
He was Kurt Russell's son, and like, dude, the guy was getting like death threats, like, because he was a villain in the show. He was really good at his role, but like people just people hated this character. And the fact is that the public was going about and like giving death threats to an actor playing a role in like a TV show. I'm like, okay, relax. Like it's not that deep, but it just goes to show you.
But you get so involved into the show.
You do. And it's
like
like,
Power is one of my
I hate
favorite
this guy.
shows. Power, I don't know if you ever heard of it. People probably know it listening. Power is one of my favorite shows of all time. And like there's bad guys in that. And if I were to see them in the streets, or even not even just bad guys, or just cool guys that I like in the show and how their character is portrayed in the show, if I see them in the streets, I would wish that they act the same way they were in the show.
You want to feel that.
And it also brings me to like WWE. And I have a lot of respect for WWE wrestlers who embrace that villain role, right? Because WWE has to carry out from the ring to press conferences to in public or meet and greets.
They're like actors almost.
They're actors, but they're actors like 24/7. Like if you see The Undertaker out, you expect The Undertaker to act, because if you act different as The Undertaker outside of the WWE world, then people don't really believe your character, you know? It's, like the
some people
WWE
have
is a
to put
very
up a-
outlier entertainment situation.
Some people have to put up a persona. That's just kind of their character, and it's
Well-
odd to see them without it.
Well, that's like celebrities like Kim Kardashian. She has a persona, and I don't know. There's a lot of people like that who just Jake Paul, like he's another one.
Jake Paul.
Logan Paul.
I was
they got
thinking of,
personas.
Bo Burnham. So Bo Burnham, comedian, he writes songs and stuff, and he was talking about one of his comedy specials where, like how flamboyant he is, and like how, like out and about, and just like his persona on stage is so different from how he is in real life. And he was like, yeah, I was talking to these people about, they're like, oh, like, it's like, dude, like you're like nothing like I see you on TV. And he's like, oh yeah, you're, and he was talking about like, he's a very, what's the word? He's like introverted person.
Yeah.
Like in real life, he's like very introverted.
But you wouldn't expect that from his content, and his performances.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Like it's just so different. Where in real life, you can't expect the same of what you see when people perform.
Kevin Hart talks about that a lot, and especially comedians, where like he'll go out in public and like paparazzi or like even like a business meeting, and then he'll go on and say like, oh, like these guys were saying like I wasn't even that funny, like you're not that as funny as I thought. He's like, I'm not always a comedian, like I'm like a dad, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not always trying to be the funny guy and tell
I have
jokes.
a life.
Yeah, like I'm a person, like I'm not.
Yeah, the recent shit with LeBron James. Remember he was like enjoying the game?
Oh yeah,
And they're like, dude, your team's losing right now. Like, you can't be singing that song.
yeah, the
It's
Super
like,
Bowl.
dude, he's like, let him. He's living his life. He doesn't have to be with basketball 24/7. The man is doing so much.
But like Tom Holland is always going to be known as Spider-Man. You
Yeah.
see him out in public, you're Spider-Man. You're not Tom Holland. I
It
mean, he
is-
has other projects.
It is cool though when you see certain celebrities, for example, where like if they have an iconic line in a movie or like a TV show, and you
Or
like,
like Matthew
shout it-
McConaughey, he's like, all right, all right, all right.
like if you shout it to them or like you see them and they kind of give you a response or they have fun with you. Recently, I saw a TikTok where it was Chris Evans, Captain America, and he was on set, and some girls were like in a hotel and they could see him, and they yelled out to him on set, and they were like, "That's America's ass," like from Avengers Endgame, and you see he just like loses it, like he thinks it's so funny.
Or it's like when Dwayne The Rock Johnson's on like red carpets, and then they start singing that song. It's about drive, it's about power, and then he'll start doing it with them. It is tough because like I know a lot of people like enjoy their craft of being an actor, but then when they go out in public, they don't want that to carry out into their regular lives. So I get how that sucks, but at the same time,
like you're a performer and you signed up for that life.
yeah. But then there's also roles and people who I saw an interview about some people who were casted in Euphoria, and how a lot of the people who are in Euphoria and their roles are sort of like the person they actually are in real life. So that's lucky where you're playing a role where you're really not acting, you're just being yourself. You just so happen to be perfect for that role.
Yeah.
So that would be a lucky spot where I'd like that role and have that public opinion on myself.
Next one, valid or do you get a bad rap? This is a good one. This is a missionary position.
Whoa, sex.
But this is a
Hide
kid's
your
show.
kids.
Mom, skip this section, Mom.
Skip the section, Mrs. Smith. Honestly,
There's little stamps at the bottom. Just go to the next one.
I think missionary does get a bad rap.
I think honestly, whatever you like, just do what you like. Whatever feels good for you, and that's what you and your partner like. But I think it does get a bad rap. I think the problem is I saw a bunch of videos talking about like guys. It's like, all right, because I think it was name your favorite position.
Yeah.
And the guy's go-to is just like doggy.
Yeah.
And everyone's over exaggerate with doggy, but honestly, I mean, there's positive and negatives to everything.
Yeah.
So does it get a bad rap?
I think it does. I like missionary. I get where it could see. No, I've been on the missionary wave recently.
Okay.
I've been on the missionary wave
baby.
recently. But I must say that at least I'm on some kind of wave recently.
You're on wave.
I'm on a wave. As long as I'm on a fucking wave, life's good.
That's party.
But I could see where it gets a bad rap. Missionaries, if like you have like a one night stand, you have
Just
a lot of
boring.
drinks you have a lot of drinks that night. I'm having sex. I'm the girl. I'm a missionary. Guy that's doing me is not the most attractive guy.
I don't want to be looking at him.
I have to look at said guy while he's doing me in missionary. So I mean that could be a negative of the sex position.
I could see it just being a boring spot. Just move around, do your thing. But overall, bad rap.
Well, I
think
said
it's
the
fine.
key of sex is just many positions
Working the magic. Yeah.
in a small amount of time, because you play that psychological game where you're
that
flipping
was
her.
a lot. That was crazy.
Yeah, you're like flipping her around. And she's upside down. She's in and out. You know, we're all over the place.
moving, baby. We're moving.
But then you look at the stopwatch. We're 23 seconds in, and it's over.
You're like-
The stopwatch has stopped.
it was a roller coaster ride. It was a lot
But
of
it
back and
feels
forth.
like it was a lot.
There you go.
So there we go.
Words of wisdom from Ryan. Smith.
Missionary. We're back. So Missionary Jack. Isn't that Jack Harlow's nickname? Missionary Jack?
That's weird. No, I don't know that. Is it?
I think it is Missionary Jack.
All
All right, so off the sex, I was liking that. It's getting me going. All right, from one to another, black cats. do they get a bad rap?
What?
That's called a transition, Paul. That's what.
I was pretty smooth. It was pretty smooth.
Thank you. That's what she said.
I feel like we'll have to bleep out that word, but that was pretty good.
All right, so do black cats get a bad rap, Paul? I don't think they do. They're bad luck, It is what it is. I'm sorry that you are a cat that is black because bad things do happen when you see a black cat.
I think superstitions
scary.
in general.
But you're a cat guy now.
That's very true. I didn't grow up with pets, so I didn't have a dog. I didn't have a cat. I did have a fish. I had a great fish. He lasted very long. I didn't feed him much, but
Well, you're not supposed to overfeed a fish because if you overfeed a fish, quick story. Sorry, I got a butt in.
go on your fish rant.
Our buddy Shawnee
Oh,
Braun.
he's got fish right now, doesn't he?
He had fish. So what happened is that when he would go out and get hammered, Shawnee Braun is a big partier. As we know a bunch of his party stories on our show. He would go out and party, and when he gets home after the party, because he has his own house,
Yeah.
what do we like to do when we get home is we like to eat. So he thought that his fish should get fed when he's eating when he gets home hammered. But you're not supposed to overfeed the fish because if you overfeed your fish, they die. So Shawnee Brawny likes to party a little too much. So every time he would come home hammered, he would feed the fish a little too much. Turned out he overfed them. They died. So do not overfeed your fish because they will die.
They will die. Yeah, that's another word of wisdom from Ryan, speaking the truth tonight.
Yep.
I love, what's it called? Yeah, so...
I could tell he had something, but he's just like, no.
no, but animals,
I gotta start being filtered a little bit.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I was never an animal person, but recently I moved in with my girlfriend, and she has a cat, and the cat has become amazing. It's just like, dude loves cuddling with me, loves affection. He's just super nice. Cats in general are awesome because they don't take as much effort to care for. Like,
I don't know about that. My cat's a fucking bitch.
What is going on with this episode?
okay, yeah. But personally,
My cat's a bitch. What is going on?
All right, relax.
We're gonna have his mic to like censor curse words.
Yeah, every time.
Every time just has like it's like
Just
the
bleep.
live TV NFL NBA games.
Bleep it
Where
out.
it's like a tape delay and they bleep out when the person misses a layup and they say a curse word. We're gonna have to figure out that technology for producer Drew.
But I like cats. I don't think it. Superstitions to me don't really care. I think they get a bad rap. Got to give them a chance to be a good cat.
Well, I said this on an Instagram story where I think that cats shouldn't be household pets because I think that cats. Well, I know that cats are related to tigers. They're practically baby tigers. So to think that you're allowing a baby tiger to roam your house,
I would love a tiger.
Seems a little dangerous to me. You would love a tiger.
Dude, how cool would it be to have a tiger, a lion? Like, if I want a baby cub. Like, I want a cub.
Well, you have
just,
to
like,
get them as a
living in-
cub because when they grow up, they're conditioned to
They
you.
love me. They
and
like.
they won't attack you when they're big boys.
That's like, I just can't imagine just chilling like with my tiger. Like me and my tiger just living our lives.
That's another poem you can write for your author.
Yeah.
The poem is Me and My Tiger.
Me and my tiger. Just
But Ryan, dogs are from predecessors of wolves. So, what about that?
I like wolves.
would you
I don't
fight
like
A wolf will
tigers.
fuck
Would
you
you
up.
fight? Yeah, would you fight a wolf?
How would I fight a wolf? That's another
You
problem.
wouldn't. You would lose.
I'm genuinely scared of animals. I don't know if you've gotten this. Our fans understand this through all 90 episodes of Life Safari. Today's the 90th. Shout out to our progress. But I think you guys know that I'm scared of animals. This has nothing to do with tigers, or it has nothing to do with your dance moves. But there's a hawk that circles my house,
Yeah.
and when I go,
He's ready. He's getting ready for you.
there's a lake near us, and I get scared to go in our pool because the hawk circles me the whole time. I feel like I look like a big white piece of meat because I look like they're looking for like dead deer and shit. I probably look very appetizing to that hawk circling me.
The hawk
and I
is-
heard that they circle their prey. So if I'm tanning, pale, big boy me in the pool and the hawk's circling me, I am in danger. How do you fight a hawk if the hawk comes down to
What is he
swoop
gonna
in?
do? Pick
Elbow
you
right
up?
in the elbow right in the
You
pool.
punch a hawk?
Drown him, dude. That's
Imagine
simple.
the story, though.
hawk. Done. Game
Yeah,
over.
but then the hawk's in there with me.
There's so many. I could fight.
Yeah,
so
but
many animals.
imagine the
Kangaroo-
story.
A kangaroo would fuck you up.
Just grab his legs, tie him up a
No.
little bit, hammers to the face.
I would pay some serious money to watch you versus a kangaroo.
I always wanted to fight an animal. The thing is, what's weird is
What?
like,
That sounds like animal abuse.
no, that's the problem. Like, I love animals, but like, I
He
really
wants
think,
he wants to assume dominance here.
Would
No.
you like want to punch a penguin?
no.
What?
Penguins are awesome. No,
Why would you wanna
what?
punch a penguin?
It's like, would you want to punch a baby puppy like a puppy? It's like, no, that's not how I am. I'm saying the idea is like, I don't want to have a ring and me in a bear fight. But like, if I'm in the woods and I'm camping and then a bear comes up and tries to like mess with me, I think I could take it.
Well, you're supposed to stand your ground.
I could take a bear.
You're
Yeah,
supposed-
I could.
Because if once you start running, the bear runs after you. So you're supposed to like act like you're not scared of the bear, and the bear turns around.
I'm wicked with the elbow.
I don't know if you've seen those
What?
videos of like Russian people getting involved with like bears, but they start screaming at them. And it's just like you can clearly see like the bear is
there was-
absolutely scared.
There was a bear story going around viral, where the bear was breaking into houses, going into the people's kitchens and eating their food, and
That's
it was
what people
going like
do.
house to house.
Yeah.
And they couldn't stop it.
It happens all the time, dude. If they're ready to go, they're ready to go. There was a really cool video, last thing real quick, really cool video of a seal. I saw a seal. He was in like a pool because the pool was connected to the water, and he like was swimming in the pool, and then he like jumped up and was getting a tan. He like went on the lounge chair. It's amazing. Last one we got here doesn't get a bad rap. Customer service associates. You got to call all the time. The problem with this is that you don't know if they're a scammer.
Yeah.
And that's why people treat them like trash.
Well, I started at customer support, and it sucked.
Hello, my name's Ryan. Can I get $1?
What people don't realize is that customer support people really don't give a fuck.
What about you? Like
about
if you called me,
Hello.
yo, what's up? Sell
Wait,
me.
well,
Sell me.
I'm customer service.
Yeah.
I'm not a sales guy.
Wait.
So I'm working for Target. I'm a customer support agent.
So if I was like, hey, my thing's like wrong.
I'll be
I
like,
mean-
yeah, you gotta do this.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People, dude.
It always leads to let me talk to your manager, and then once you get to the manager, let me talk to someone higher up. It's like you're gonna get the same message throughout, my guy.
Well, there's a good story. I bought a laptop from Dell. Okay.
Dell.
So I bought a
Dell.
laptop from Dell, and then I also bought Office 365 for it because I'm giving it to my parents. I want them to have all that stuff.
Good for you.
It didn't come with Office 365. I was on the phone for 3 hours trying to get either a copy of it or the money back. At the end, I just they transferred me to literally 5 different people with
it's
different
hard.
names that literally mean the same exact thing. And I just, at the end of the day, I was like, just dispute the fucking charge. I'm not waiting a whole weekend for them to actually get their shit together.
Verizon's one of the worst.
I mean, a lot of customer service things are like. That's why I love going in person. And everyone's always like, "Oh, go online, fill out our thing." It's like even Apple, like me trying to get something fixed at Apple, like they don't want you to come in the store. That's
You
the
have to
absolute.
schedule a freaking appointment.
That's the absolute last resort. And to me, it feels very old school that I don't want to fix shit online. But it's just like, dude, half the time, if you talk to someone in person, you'll get it done a lot faster.
I went to Xfinity, so I dropped off a couple of things. It was so much easier than sitting there
Like
waiting
it's
on the
just
phone.
so much quicker. Like
So I got here one last piece of information on this. I told my mom this, and it has changed her life. So I started out in customer support, which is a form of customer service out of college for a sportsbook company. And when I would have to take a phone call, which I hate doing, I hate talking to people on the phone. When I would take a phone call and I would have to look something up, and I'd be like, hey, I'm going to put you on hold. Give me a few minutes, whatever, I'll get back to you. What people don't realize, and what my mom didn't realize, is when I put the person on hold, I can still hear them. So when they get put on hold, that person waiting to do something and get back to you can hear everything you're saying when you're bad mouthing them.
Wild.
That's why I always put myself on mute whenever they put me
So
on
my
hold.
mom, for years, is always like bitching whenever she has a problem. She's on the phone. All right, you're on hold. I'm on fucking hold with this dude. Like, what is he doing? He's not even getting anything. Like, I'm like, Mom, he can hear everything
That's
that you just said.
crazy.
Oh, he's not helping me. This guy needs to get fired.
I
Mom,
feel like
for all the years that you've been doing that, he can hear every single word that you just said.
so he doesn't want to help.
She was
you.
like, no. I was like, yes, I'm sorry to inform you that, but yes. Changed her life.
change.
She just goes on mute now and says, fucking God.
That's exactly what I do. I just
Yep.
mute myself and I wait.
Let's move to music facts. We
Music
got
facts.
second segment for you.
Paul hates music facts.
I like music. Music's not our huge thing on the show, but I think when it's, valid, I like talking about music. It's a huge part of the entertainment industry, like we like to talk about. So
Paul's like, oh, we're going through the outline. Oh, music. I hate music.
honestly, if you're not on
But
YouTube,
you like music. I don't know why.
yeah,
Why do
no,
you hate? Like, this is the cool stuff.
no, I mean, yeah, I'm a movie guy.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
No,
oh.
I'm the Disney guy.
Well, I'm the movie guy.
He's
All
the
right.
dancing guy.
And the
So
author.
here we go. Music facts. I think we have a couple of them. The first one is that musicians have shorter lifespans than the general population. One study conducted by the University of Sydney professor titled Stairway to Hell, Life and Death in the Pop Music Industry examined the deaths of artists, which took place between 1950 and June of 2014. The study specifically looked at longevity and the proportion of homicides and accidental deaths. Longevity was determined by calculating the average age of death for each musician by sex and decade of their death. These averages were then compared with averages by sex and decade for the general U.S. population. The results: musicians' lifespans are 25 years shorter than the average person. Now, I get this. I do. And I don't know what kind of artists we're talking about here, but what comes to my mind is like the Britney Spears or like all those like artists who have so much success. They literally have the world in their hand. They're touring. They're eating bad on the road. Unfortunately, a lot of these artists who get successful get into drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
That's how they stay awake for the concerts. And they're touring and going out and they're partying and they're going nuts on stage. So I can see where their body can't take touring anymore. And touring and being that artist and the stress of making music and dealing with public opinion, I can see where that takes 25 years off your life.
Even the idea of just like a lot of problems that people don't realize is musicians, a lot of time when they get older, will lose their hearing like so much quicker than most people because and that's one of the worst feelings as an artist or if you're into music or you play any instrument, like not being able to hear yourself and play the music that you've been doing your entire life or like what's your passion has got to be like detrimental just like on you in period, like in general. But it's going to be super hard because a lot of times like you're on stage, right? You're performing. You're performing so loud, giant speakers, you're constantly listening to music, you constantly have headphones in, you're constantly doing all this stuff. Like, I'm curious to see our generation when we're older. Like, we're one of the first generations to have earbuds. Like, they had headphones back in the 80s and stuff, but to actually have like an earbud that's like sits in my ear and the music is so close and people playing music so loud, like, what does our hearing look like? So, honestly, I always recommend we should start investing in hearing aids. Like, not us personally.
Well, I was going to say me?
We should invest. Like, we should put money
in the stock market?
into hearing aid companies because I'm telling you that shit's going to blast off.
There are Samsung, whenever I turn, it doesn't happen all the time, but there will be times where it will remind me not to go over 100% volume because I can go to 150 on my phone.
That's crazy. I mean, it's good.
What's the thing we talked about in the one episode? I think one of the songs, Justin Bieber's song, maybe I'm the One, where they have changed the volume level for you to crank the song up. So it's a psychological thing where I think it is
That's smart.
I'm the One, where it's like the volume of I'm the One on your iPhone and Apple Music is different than other songs. So it forces you to look at the song and turn it up and make you realize that you're listening to that song by Justin Bieber.
But what's the point of that?
Well, that also
I think it's
sucks
like
once you get to the next song. It'll blast your ears out.
Well, it's almost like a commercial, right? So it's like, what's that called when you see an advertisement, but you're not directly looking at it? I forget what that's-
Subliminal message.
Subliminal.
It's a subliminal message. This song's turned down less.
You're turning it up. You enjoy it a little bit more. Kind of brings
All I can
positive.
think of is the next song goes on, and then my ears get blasted. I'm like, fucking Justin Bieber.
Then it's like, oh, I hate this song.
Yeah.
Also with artists, I would feel like a lot of depression comes in probably because like I think about this with maybe like not so actors or actresses or like professional athletes. Perfect example. Football players. You have a certain prime where you can play football. An NFL running back's prime is like 4 to 5 years.
That's insane. Yeah.
So you're doing this your whole entire life. Now you're like 31, 32. What are you going to do with your life now? So, I mean, there's a lot of depression and anxiety of like, oh, that football was my whole life.
Yeah.
Music was my whole life. Now what am I going to do?
Do you guys think that those artists that have like that one hit and then they never appear ever again?
Like one-hit wonders?
Do you think that like they ever just have like imposter syndrome right after and just wonder is music really going to be their living for the rest of their life?
Like if you have a one-hit wonder and you're like, damn, I can't get back there. Like,
a lot of times those people are also
because you got to up that.
Are also producers and they're also writers.
It's like
Yeah.
Pharrell.
And they're also Pharrell's a great example.
Yeah, and like Timbaland, he's not only just a person who makes the songs, he's just a producer in general.
Yeah, I mean Pharrell's a great example where like, dude, Pharrell is behind so much music.
So much.
Betty Blanco's another one who's like, he is so popular in the music industry, but the mainstream doesn't. I mean, really, even before TikTok, like doesn't know who he is. But what's so funny about TikTok for him is like when songs are trending or like trends go around, if he wrote or like helped write the song, he'll literally like do the trend or he'll start the video and be like, hey, I made this. Or like, hey, like I wrote this. Or it's like I wrote this song 15 years ago, but whatever.
But Pharrell is perfect because like the younger generations, like Pharrell, like why is he so respected in the music industry? Cause I'm happy. Like that's the one song I know
what
by
he's
Pharrell.
known for. Yeah.
But then like he's making beats with Kanye. I mean, he was like
he went with Daft Punk as well. Get
Daft
Lucky.
Punk, Rihanna. Like he's making beats. He's producing with Timberlake. Like it's
He's
he is
big,
like
yeah.
one of the most respected producers, artists in the industry.
I mean,
but then like the younger generation, oh, this guy who sings happy.
He
Like,
just sang like, yeah, well, he writes Despicable Me, music.
Yes. And then,
but that dude is one of the most talented
Yeah.
dudes in the music industry. What are you saying, producer Joe?
I was gonna say they even got reached out with Eminem. They did a whole track just for was it Candyman?
Yeah, like I'm one of those people where it's like I didn't know Pharrell was like that, and that's why he's so respected in the industry. All right, next one, Paul.
Next one, some people feel nothing towards music. So, per the results of one study conducted at the University of Barcelona, 5% of participants did not feel any emotion whatsoever, and they didn't feel anything like chills or want to tap their feet when they actually listen to music. Before you start calling these people weird, know that they're totally normal in other ways. They receive pleasure from a bunch of things like food, sex,
Missionary position.
missionary baby, and but have no other psychological issues. They were happy, healthy college students who just naturally did not care for music.
They sound like psychopaths.
I mean, I have a friend who's like that. And
So
he's
you have a
completely
psychopath friend.
There's nothing.
Well,
weird.
he's
They
psychopathic
sound
in ways,
psychotic.
but
Like,
it
you
does
can
sound
never
psychotic.
put headphones on me or put a song on, and whether I like it or not, I'm gonna move.
Yeah,
Like-
but,
like
but there's
he- like-
people who feel rhythm and movement, and I've definitely talked to people where like they will never listen to music and they just like the piece of their own thoughts. Like even we have a buddy who we talk Shawnee Brownie all the time. I'll shout him out. Like
R.I.P. is goldfish.
R.I.P. that goldfish, man. He runs and he ran in high school and he would do like 10-mile jogs and 15 miles, and like he would run every single day. He never listened to music. Like
That's
he
insane.
liked his piece of his own thoughts running, and to me could never.
That's wild.
The music is a distraction for me, where the running for him was like peaceful. And I know people that walk all the time. A guy who walks around Stratford, New Jersey, literally all the time. Like I just see him. He graduated high school with us, and he just walks. He never listens to music. It's just peaceful thoughts.
That's wild. So I used to blare my music in high school, and one of my buddies would get in, and he'd go, "Can you turn it down? I can't hear myself think." Man, what do you got to hear yourself think?
The best is when it's like turn the music down. I can't read.
Yeah.
Or like
you know what I mean? Well, that's like the running joke with dads when they're lost driving, and they're like, "I just made the wrong turn. Like I don't know where I'm. Turn the music down. Why is the music on?" It's like,
Oh, yeah, my dad
the
was
music
like that
isn't the reason
constantly.
why you missed the exit, Dad. All right, fair. It's the Pharrell singing "Happy" is not why you were 20 minutes in the wrong direction. It's your fault, Dad, not the music's fault.
Hey, maybe he was just getting into the song a little too much.
Does no music makes you drive better? I know what makes you drive worse. The rain. I was driving the other day. When it rains outside, I think it's like it's like the world's fucking ending when it's raining. These guys, no one knows how to drive when it starts to rain. Never.
It's
And I
even
don't know
worse
why.
when it snows.
Yeah, I don't
snowing
know.
is but snowing's a little thing of like traction. Rain depends on how bad it's raining, but I agree.
Sorry, I had to add it in. All right, 2 more left. So, loud music causes you to drink more in less time. In 2008, a French study found that loud music in a bar setting leads to more drinking in less time. The research was conducted in bars with 40 males, 18 to 25 years of age, so our range, who were unaware that they were being observed. Only those who ordered draft beers were included in this experiment. With permission from the bar owners, the researchers would manipulate the music sound levels before choosing a participant. Results proved that higher sound levels led to increased drinking within a shorter amount of time. Makes sense.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
if
agree.
you think about it and you're at a bar or you're at a club, they raise the volume of the music. I can no longer talk to you, Paul.
That's true.
I can no longer speak. We can no longer have a conversation or hear one another. So we're just going to dance, vibe, and drink. So I can see where this plays a role and plays a factor. This also makes me think of casinos, right? When you go to a casino, what's the temperature? It's always cold in a casino. The reason being is they want you to feel comfortable, feel cool at the casino, and keep you there. So when you have a nice air conditioning in the casino, it's worth it because you're staying in there to gamble and lose money. So it's a whole psychological thing. This makes sense.
I
where
never
you
even
drink
thought
more.
about that.
Yeah, so when it's a hot day out, you go in the casino, it's bricks.
Yeah.
Man, it's cold in here. We could stay
Feels
in here for a
good,
couple
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, I go sit down on a slot and go lose a couple hundred, Nana.
A lot of those places, I mean, a casino is a great example. The objective is to keep you there the longest possible for you to spend more money. Same idea with a bar. They want you there. They want you spending money. And it makes total sense for even like a club, right? Like my purpose of going to a club is not to, I know the music's going to be loud. I'm not going to have a conversation with you. So what are you going to do? Like if you're not talking to someone and not moving your mouth and not, interacting that way, most of the time you will just be consistently drinking.
I should tell this study to one of our local bars
Yeah, get
because
them.
they don't play music on like one of these nights, like a weeknight. And I spent like $25, $40 on the jukebox. I'm gonna go up to me with the study and be like, hey, if you play music really loud, I'll drink more beers. Therefore, your your business goes up.
You don't think they're also making more money by you playing the music?
Yeah, they are. They are. I mean,
There you
yeah.
go.
And they probably save alcohol that way.
That's true.
Maybe I'm just getting got. Maybe I just got.
Last one here, music fact for you. The Happy Birthday song brings in a bunch of royalties. So in 1893, the Hill Sisters needed a song for their kindergarten class to sing on birthdays. Today, Happy Birthday is the most profitable song of all time. The song's ownership had changed hands over a few times over the past 100 years, but music holding company Warner Chappell bought the rights for $15 million in 1990 and have held them ever since. Today, the song brings in $2 million a year in royalties, which comes to about $5,000 a day. Another fun fact, the song actually costs $25,000 to use it in a movie or TV shows.
This makes me laugh because imagine writing a song, singer-songwriter. I'm a singer-songwriter. It's got about 6 words in the song.
Yeah.
Song's worth $15 million.
It's just a super simple melody. It's used. I mean, everyone can use it at least once a year. You put it in a movie.
I thought that was insane though, because you think that would be in public domain.
I would think, yeah. There's got to be some rules where, obviously, if you keep upping the copyright or something.
But
I
Yeah,
don't know
if you,
much
if you
about
continue
copyright.
to up the copyright, but it's like I think it's like after 20 or 50 years,
it will stop.
It'll stop. But if you continue to like
Pay
the copyright for it, you can continue to own it.
Yeah.
Who's like in charge of keeping track on who sings
Copyrights?
Happy Birthday? Like if we
Oh.
were to
I
sing
think it's
Happy
the
Birthday
government.
for this episode, who's like, oh, what's your job? Oh, I go around looking to see who sings Happy Birthday to charge them
If this
$25,000.
Well, the thing is, just like music and YouTubers complain and talk. I saw this Mr. Beast
saw it
actually.
today. Saw that.
Do you follow him on Twitter?
No, I just saw it because it was trending. I guess.
Okay, so Mr. Beast like complained on Twitter today, talking about how like music, how they can't use certain songs in videos, and he's like, copyright law is so annoying with the songs, and even Hank Green on TikTok talked about it, where for YouTube, if you play a certain song, say it was owned by Sony, for example, they'll flag it, they'll take your video down, they'll give you like a strike on your YouTube, like they don't want you trying to profit off of their music because they own it. But then you have an example where TikTok comes along, and it's just such a different thing. It's like I can use a very popular song, say like Sunroof. Sunroof's been going around like crazy, or you have Jack Harlow's new songs coming out. You can use his song on TikTok. I can get 1 million views on it. I use that part of the song. I don't have to pay nothing. Like, you know what I mean? And then that song, like thousands and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people can make a video that is also seen by millions of people, but no one has to pay a cent. But if you put the video on YouTube, like all different types of copyright laws come into play.
Yeah.
And then even like Hank Green was talking about, he put 3 songs, or like he put references to lyrics of famous songs in his book, and he was talking about how expensive it was to do that. But he can take a sound clip from like Jack Harlow's song, put it on TikTok. 1 million people can see it in a day, and he doesn't have to pay a dime.
The problem, the problem with that is like it comes down to licensing. YouTube licenses it from everybody, but the licensees have to say yes or no to what's going through. That's why they have the algorithm in place. Instagram has it too. If you post something on Instagram, it will do the same thing. TikTok, I don't know. It's a legal gray area. But there is also, to bring up your point, there are certain places where certain songs will and won't be taken down. So there sometimes if you upload a video with a certain song, it may be blocked in America, but if you're in India, you can listen to it because the copyright is different in different places. They all have to be licensed in different places.
Well, what I hate about this is that it's very hypocritical. Because when artists make songs, we're almost at a point in our society where TikTok is such a huge channel that artists are making songs to go viral on TikTok to promote their new song. Like I saw Jessie Decker, who's married to Eric Decker, former NFL receiver. She's a country artist. And that artist, or Jessie Decker, will post different dances or even try to come up with a dance for her new song that just got released.
To help it go
promote
viral. Yep.
So like these artists are mad that you're using their sounds to use on TikTok, or they're mad that they're not profiting off YouTube videos that have their sound in it. But then they're the ones that are promoting their new song on TikTok. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's songs that go viral that aren't good songs, but are played on the trending top hits because there's a TikTok associated, or there's a TikTok trend associated with that song.
I mean, TikTok in general, so amazing for artists, for songs, like for the music industry as a whole. I mean, I remember last summer when that viral video of the guy drinking cranberry juice, and it was a song from Fleetwood Mac, and my mom and someone else, like someone older, came up and was like, why is this song on the trending charts?
know, right?
Like, this song is over 30 years old. Like, why is this song on the charts? It's because, like, what TikTok was able to do and bring that song who's so old literally to the trending charts in the United States. It's just
It's like Beggins, like that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same idea. I mean,
there's playlists on Apple Music, Spotify,
TikTok playlist. Yeah,
It's like, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
You want to make your song a TikTok trend, or there's like that country they want to. Your goal as an artist should be to get your song trending on TikTok, have a dance associated with it.
100%. Yeah.
Like, the Baby came out with brand new Lamborghini, not a cop car.
Yeah.
And then there's like the Applebee's one. Like,
Oh my God,
the
that
Applebee's
song went
country dance.
crazy. Yeah.
that's what artists want. So, like, to be a hypocrite in certain spaces, you're not allowed to use this song, because I made a stupid TikTok the other day. Not the other day, but a couple months ago, and they took away the sound. And I was like,
Yeah, they take it away.
I don't know. It's a weird world. I mean, it was just a feeling out process, I guess.
Well, that's the end of our show. Hope you like music. Well, you let us know if you want to do more music stuff.
Unless you're
Here-
allowed to have 5% that don't like music.
Yeah,
Let
right
us
here.
know if you like Missionary.
Yeah, let us know.
Does it get a bad rap?
But that's it. We appreciate you guys listening. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok at Life's a Party Pod. We appreciate you as always.
Music. Take us out.
Peace.
Later.
That was easy.